Have you ever felt confused when your ex acts as if they don't care after the breakup, yet they appear in contradictory ways? They watch your stories, text you and then go silent, or accidentally run into you at places you frequent. If this makes you wonder whether they regret the breakup, you're not alone. Hello, I'm Jim Rohn, and today we're going to explore 7 signs that an avoidant ex regrets the breakup. This type of person often appears cold, distant, and may even make you believe they have completely forgotten about you. But what is the truth? Do they really have regrets? And more importantly, what should you do if you discover they do? In this video, I will help you gain a deeper understanding of the psychology of avoidance, how they process emotions post-breakup, and the subtle signs that they are still attached. If you want to know whether they genuinely want to come back or are just struggling with themselves, watch until the end. Because I will also share smart strategies to help you take control of the situation. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more content on love psychology, how to move on from a breakup, and how to build healthier relationships. Now let's begin. Sign 1: they check up on you indirectly. Avoidant exes rarely express emotions directly, but that doesn't mean they don't care. One of the clearest signs of regret is when they start silently monitoring you. They may watch all your stories, interact with old posts, or suddenly like a photo from months ago. Sometimes they won't reach out to you directly, but will ask mutual friends about you. Why do they do this? Because they want to know if you have truly moved on, or if you still hold on to the past relationship. This is especially important for an avoidant person because they often struggle between the desire for connection and the fear of getting hurt. They want to make sure that if they come back, they won't be rejected. However, no matter how much regret they feel, they won't easily admit it. Reaching out directly makes them feel vulnerable, which goes against their avoidant instincts, so they choose to observe from a distance, hoping you will make the first move. Sign 2: they send testing messages. An avoidant ex rarely admits regret, but if they start sending ambiguous messages, it could be their way of testing your reaction. These messages are often not too direct or clear, but have a probing nature, such as, "Hey, how have you been lately? I came across something today that reminded me of you. I just listened to our song again." These messages may seem simple, but they are not just casual curiosity. They are designed to check if you still care. They are opening a door to see if you're willing to step back in, but at the same time they maintain a safe distance to avoid getting hurt. This stems from their fear, the fear that you have truly moved on. When they left, they may have thought it would make them feel freer, but when faced with the reality that you might have moved on, anxiety starts to creep in. They need confirmation that you are still there, that they still have a chance if they want to come back. However, due to their avoidant nature, they don't want to appear weak or needy. That's why they choose to text indirectly, without commitment, so that if you don't respond the way they hope, they can retreat without feeling embarrassed. So if you receive these kinds of messages, don't immediately assume they are just being friendly. Ask yourself, do they really want to come back, or are they just seeking reassurance to soothe their own fears? Sign 3: they suddenly become nostalgic. A subtle but effective way avoidant ex test your feelings is by bringing up fond memories of the past. Suddenly they send messages like, "I walked past our old cafe today and remembered how we always sat in our favorite corner. I randomly heard that song we used to love and it reminded me of those days. I stumbled upon an old picture of us the other day. Those were truly great times." These messages are not random or casual. In reality, they are a test. They want to see if you react sentimentally and show that you still have feelings. If you reply with something like, "Yeah, I remember those times too," they will know you haven't completely moved on. Why do they do this? Because they understand that people often get stuck in happy memories. When recalling those moments, you might temporarily forget the reasons for the break. You might start wondering, weren't we great together? But the truth is, if they are still bound by avoidant attachment patterns, the old issues will likely repeat if you get back together. They don't reminisce because they want to change or fix past mistakes. They mainly do it to ensure that you are still emotionally attached to them. This is their way of maintaining a vague connection, keeping you under their influence without committing to anything. So if you receive messages like this, pause and ask yourself, do they truly want a better relationship, or are they just looking for confirmation that they still exist in your mind? Sign 4, they try to make you jealous. An avoidant ex won't directly say they miss you or regret the breakup, but they may try to provoke you in another way, by making you jealous. This is a familiar tactic used to get your attention without having to admit their true feelings. The most common way they do this is through social media. If they weren't very active online before but suddenly start posting frequently, especially content that might make you wonder, it's very likely they are targeting you. Examples include posting pictures of them having fun with friends to show they are totally fine after the breakup, sharing vague quotes about love and regret, making you question if it's a message for you, publicly posting intimate-looking pictures with someone new or a potential romantic interest, but without confirming anything clearly. The key point here is that they want you to see it and they want you to react. They hope you become curious, feel unsettled, and maybe even text them or show signs of frustration. If you react that way, they will feel reassured that you haven't forgotten them. This gives them a sense of control and allows them to avoid facing the fear that you have truly moved on. But the truth is, if they were genuinely happy and secure, they wouldn't need to prove it to you. So if you notice them suddenly making flashy moves on social media, ask yourself, have they really moved on, or are they just trying to make sure you haven't? Sign 5. They become defensive or angry when they see you moving on. An avoidant ex usually doesn't easily admit their true feelings, but if they see you truly moving away from them and finding new happiness, they may react in a contradictory way, both hurt and angry. This anger is often not expressed directly, but manifests in passive-aggressive behaviors. They might send you subtle yet loaded messages such as, "Hope that person gives you what I couldn't. You must be really happy now, huh? I guess you finally found what you were looking for." These words may sound like they are accepting reality, but in truth, they are a way of masking their hurt and sense of loss. They can't face the fact that you've moved on because deep down, a part of them still wants you in their life. However, instead of admitting that they regret the breakup or want to come back, they let their avoidant tendencies take control. Rather than saying they miss you or want to fix the relationship, they try to make you feel guilty. They hope that these subtle remarks will make you hesitate, feel pity for them, or even question your decision. Why do they do this? Because they're not ready to face the truth that they were the ones who let you go. They don't want to take responsibility for what happened, so instead they blame circumstances or even subtly blame you. But the important thing you need to remember is this: if someone truly wants to keep you, they will do everything to stay, not manipulate your emotions when they see you moving on. 6. They start mirroring your energy. One of the subtle yet clear signs that an avoidant ex regrets the breakup is that they start changing their behavior to mirror yours. If you're moving on, they also want to show that they can do the same, perhaps even better. You might notice that they suddenly become more active on social media, frequently sharing about their life more than before. On the surface, it looks like they're enjoying life and improving themselves. But in reality, they're sending you a hidden message. I'm doing just fine, maybe even better, without you. I'm not the one being left behind. Are you sure you made the right decision? None of this is coincidental. When they see you moving forward, they feel a loss of control. So instead of admitting they regret the breakup or feel hurt, they try to reclaim their sense of power by proving they're also growing and evolving. They want you to think they are the one in control of the situation, that they are not the one who got left behind, and perhaps even make you feel a pang of regret when you see their transformation. But the truth is, if they were genuinely happy and stable, they wouldn't feel the need to prove it to you. If their changes were truly motivated by self-improvement, they would be doing it for themselves, not for you to see. So if you notice them mirroring your every step forward, remember this: true happiness doesn't need to be showcased. Someone who has truly moved on doesn't need to prove it to anyone. Sign 7. They keep the door open, but refuse to commit. One of the clearest signs that an avoidant ex regrets the breakup is that they try to keep you in their life, but without actually committing. They may come back with convincing promises. I've changed. This time things will be different. I know I made mistakes. Give me a chance to prove myself. I don't want to lose you, but I just need more time to be ready. It sounds sincere, but in reality, they're just trying to maintain a connection with you without making real changes. They don't want to let you go, but they're also not willing to do what's necessary for a healthy relationship. This is the trap many people fall into when involved with an avoidant partner. They get stuck holding on to the potential for change. Avoidant individuals don't intentionally hurt you, but they fear both intimacy and loss, so instead of letting you go completely, they keep you in limbo, close enough for them to feel secure, but never close enough for a real commitment. They want to keep you in their life, but on their terms. And this can leave you stuck in a cycle of hope without certainty. So what should you do? Be honest with yourself. Have they truly changed, or are they just telling you what you want to hear? If they aren't taking real action to improve the relationship and are only prolonging your waiting, then maybe it's time for you to truly move on. Because someone who really wants to be with you won't just keep the door open. They will step through it and build a solid future with you. As you can see, an avoidant ex rarely admits regret directly. Instead, they show it through contradictory behaviors, silently monitoring you, sending vague messages, bringing up old memories, trying to make you jealous, or even acting angry when they see you moving on. But the most important thing to remember is this: regret doesn't mean they will change. If they are still avoiding commitment and repeating the same patterns, then even if they come back, the relationship is unlikely to last. So what should you do? Focus on yourself. Don't let mixed signals keep you stuck in the past. Ask yourself, do you really want to go back to someone who isn't ready for a healthy relationship? Or is it time to move forward and make space for a love that truly deserves you? Thank you for watching until the end. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more insights on love psychology and self-growth. Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. Have you ever encountered these signs? How did you handle the situation? I'd love to read your stories. See you in the next video.